Hope that helped. Many levels going on. Daughter of the King, how to deal with narcissistic family members. Great question. Narcissistic people are selfish individuals. These are individuals that has no empathy. They have no sympathy. They are self-centered. They are individuals who have been up under the guise of everything is about them. And so what you got to do with narcissistic people is to keep yourself distant from them. Do not engage with these individuals because these people need deep help. These people have been brought up with the bulk of their lives all about them. And so they use you for their own benefit and they don't have no empathy. And there are some people who weren't even made by God. There are people who have no soul. They are demonic people, and that's real. You know, you got to do research on that, but there's people amongst us that's not even real. These are people who don't have no soul. So, and that's just one part of people. That's an exclusive percentage of people. But then there's also people who grew up babied, who grew up overly taken care of. And you just got to keep your distance. And what you got to do is do not allow the title of family to make you feel like you have to be in their life. You don't have to be in your family's life. You know what I'm saying? If it's someone that you care about, you go check up on them on Christmas. You go see them on whenever days, you know. But when it comes to that narcissistic attitude, narcissistic actions, that's when you say, you know what, I'm going to subtract myself away from your narcissistic behavior because I'm not going to allow myself to feed into something that you can't help. You have to understand, you can't help them. Only God can help those individuals because they have to be humbled. If they don't humble themselves, God will humble them. And you can't humble them. You can give them all the information in the world, but people don't change from information. People change from revelation. All of us have been informed about weight loss. All of us have been informed about what's good and what's not good for us to a degree. But when it's revealed to you and you're like, oh shoot, this is really bad for me, then people change. So when you're dealing with narcissistic family members, you got to keep your distance and keep it moving. And do not allow the manipulative traits to make you feel bad about yourself, because what they will do, they'll use their words to cause you to be confused and to have you back within their space to abuse and use you. So what you do is understand who you are, find your value in Christ, find your purpose, engage in it. And when you see their behavior is acting or whatever, do not allow their actions to cause you to be offended, because they love when you offended, because offense proves they still got a tug on you, and they still got a tug on you. They'll keep attacking you in that area to get you to break, to fall back in their control. So what you do is you got to make sure your validation is in Christ. You cannot allow their words to have more power in your mind than God. And you got to understand that let God be true and every man a liar, and that you got to find your contentment in him and thrive in your purpose, thrive in your relationship with him, so that when they do try to attack you and try to offend you, you already got systems in place to process the offense, to walk in kindness, to walk in love. Remember, give them your love and not your heart. They want your heart because they want control. No one can control your love. Your love you can say, you know what, you don't want that. You abusing that type of love. I'll pull my love back to a small, hey, what's up, on the way, passing by, peace. But if they abuse your love, you can limit your love. But if you give them your heart, then you got too much of a connection to them, and they want that connection. So find your validation in God. Find out what makes you unique. Find your purpose. Engage in it, and already have systems in place that when you see them, if they start talking offensive and they try to get you offended, remember this video and say, you know what? I'm not going to allow them to break me into a place of control again. But you must do that because they know there's parents out there, there's families that know who in a family they can control. And sometimes if you just a nice person, you got to say, you know what? It's time out to be the nice guy. It's time out from being a nice girl, and really be able to say, you know what? I don't mind being kind, but I'm not going to allow my goodness and my kindness to be abused. And you do that by strengthening your backbone in the presence of God and knowing how to love and care for yourself and move on. Those people, only God can humble them. Only God can fix them. Great question.